What if a group of international terrorists hijacks a cruise ship in international waters and threatens to kill everyone on board?
We have breaking news now. A hostage situation is unfolding this hour on a cruise ship in the Norwegian Sea.
To train how to tackle such a fictitious incident in a coordinated way, Russia and NATO countries participated in a counter-terrorism exercise at NATO headquarters in Brussels.
NATO and Russia have very good cooperation on counter-terrorism because unfortunately NATO countries, Russia, have had lots of experience with terrorism and therefore we need to work together. But although we've been cooperating on terrorism for some years, we've never actually had an exercise before. So the idea of the exercise is to compare our methods. How do the Russians approach a major terrorist incident? There are different agencies. How do they coordinate? What steps do they take? To learn a little bit from their experience, and then also to give Russia the opportunity to see how various NATO countries, in terms of their organizations and procedures, operate.
Мы не рассчитываем найти ответы на все вопросы.
We do not expect to find answers to all questions, but we are more interested to find out where we might face problems. So on our return to Moscow, we can start planning the way in which we can adapt our legislation and the work of our special forces so that in a real situation we can react in the best possible way.
Для того, чтобы в реальной боевой обстановке отражать террористические атаки, которые, так сказать, возможны.
Okay, now this is one of the most modern cruise ships in the world. What do we know about the vessel?
The exercise, which started with a fake television report about the fictional hijacking, is also a way to deepen cooperation between NATO and Russia.
Мы заинтересованы в том, чтобы
We're interested in discussing different situations in the framework of exercises. This will allow us to go through all the different kinds of conceivable scenarios and consider the best answers, so that when we face real threats, we will be able to react in the best possible way and will be able to save as many human lives as possible.
таким образом, чтобы избежать значительных жертв.
I think it shows that notwithstanding the differences that NATO and Russia sometimes have, these are well known on, for example, missile defense or on other aspects of international security, NATO enlargement. We can talk about those differences, we can find cooperative ways forward, but we can also continue to cooperate very, very closely in areas where there are no differences at all, where we have a great deal of commonality of approach and understanding, like in the area of terrorism. So I think today it shows that NATO and Russia have a much more mature, more stable, and also more productive relationship than was the case just a few years ago.
This is a NATO Channel report.